Day, September 11th, 2001, 17 years ago, tragedy befell our nation as 4 planes were hijacked by terrorists. These planes were then flown as weapons towards some of America's most cherished buildings. The Twin Towers of New York, known as the World Trade Center, were attacked, as well as the Pentagon. Another plane was hijacked, and although it failed to reach the terrorist destination, it still killed all on board. Many lives were lost. I was inspired that day to not let us forget those who lost their lives in such a terrible way. Let us pause to lift them up in prayer. Their sacrifice caused us to think, how much has God been removed from our culture? Church, the Sunday after September 11th, had such a large crowd who, I think, were wondering how we could respond to the tragedy. They were hurt and wondered where to turn. Have we done our part? Have we shown them how Christians should deal with tragedy? In the midst of our hard times, we need to provide help to those who need comfort. This catastrophe of the past gives the church insight into how we should deal with our own vulnerabilities. We must remember He hates seeing us suffer. Instead, He is in the giving of every gift to those facing uncertain days. These times try the hearts of all mankind, and we must spread God's love and compassion. Listen to the song and let it show you hope and give you a desire to help serve those who are suffering. Because I wrote a song for this, and it was a year after it actually happened, and I didn't know what to do with it until now. On this day we look back and remember the past. We remember seeing horrid visions. These visions still last. Of the scene of first one, then a crash of the other, each man yelling in pain as the world lost another. All friends and lost loved ones on the plains and the towers, all the faces of fear as America loses powers, as we saw on TV, bodies falling to save themselves, only rushing their fall to the grave. All they needed to grab for was Jesus. This day the screams, the calls 911, we call out for mercy. There is no longer pleasure. The call out day, we call 911. We all reach for hope, but we forget of the sun. Jesus died, we forget, as we call for a hero. The calls of 911 are all called with zeros. We remember the screams, the panic in the air, the smoke flowing up, the world shaken scared. The children live now, without hope or dream. The world fell with the towers, and we still hear their screams. Don't forget this day, or the lives that were lost. Don't let them have died in vain at any cost. When in need of a hero, don't call 911. Instead look to God and the blood of His Son. He'll bring a miracle to all who would call. Grab hold of Him, and you'll never fall. All you need to grab for is Jesus. This day the screams, calls 911, we call out for mercy. There is no longer pleasure. The call out day, we call 911. We all reach for hope, but we forget of the sun. Jesus died, we forget, as we call for a hero. The calls of 911 were all called with zeros. In the present age, at the present hour, our belief in God is what gives us power. Our patriotism has begun to grow. Faith in God will aim to show that our nation is and will be set by truth and always free. Thank you.